Being faithful isn't in everyone's DNA. Some prefer to play the field. But when things go wrong, it can cost more than a relationship. In the middle-class suburbs of Denver, Colorado, a portrait of family happiness.
Oh, be careful.
28-year-old Darcy Matlock seems to have it all.
Darcy had a good job, just married, little 4-year-old girl. Everybody liked her.
Oh, you must be tired. No? Hang on, let me picture you. Don't forget I'm working late tomorrow.
And she had what many people thought was a stable marriage.
Been working long hours lately.
I know it. Hey, you want to swing?
But Darcy is spending far too much time at the office. Her job provides extra benefits.
Something was happening at the office. Darcy was having an affair with a young man named Ron.
The fact that she was involved in the extramarital affair, I think, showed some issues with her personality.
See you guys tomorrow. Bye.
You coming? Oh, no, not yet. Have a good night. You too. Night.
Despite everything Darcy had going on, she wanted more.
What happens in the office doesn't stay in the office.
Once Darcy started the affair, everyone in the office knew it. She also started coming into work later, not coming at all.
Before long, her husband hears all about Darcy's affair.
Hey.
Where have you been?
Just out with a girlfriend.
Stop the lies. I thought we were happy.
I'm sorry.
Darcy's life started to unravel.
Not only does her husband leave her, he takes their daughter with him.
The killer for her was that she lost custody of her daughter.
Her stability was lost by her husband leaving her, taking her child.
That's a tremendous loss for anyone, even though she brought it on herself.
I miss her.
You'll see her.
Darcy seeks comfort in the arms of her new lover, Ron Griffin.
Well, you've got me.
She moved in with her boyfriend, Ron. But she was very depressed about losing her marriage.
Her live-in lover isn't always the comfort she needs or is hoping for.
I don't think Ron was very happy, and things disintegrated in that relationship.
You are so funny.
The cheater now fears she's being cheated on. Darcy reveals her true colors, all of them dark.
Were you hurt?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Same for?
Excuse me. I gave up everything for you.
Darcy's literally falling apart.
She's your type.
She's depressed, and she's starting to act erratically.
Get real.
Darcy no longer trusts her lover.
Where are we going?
I'm meeting the boys.
Without me?
Darcy blew up her own life,
I do everything with you.
but that wasn't enough. She began to go after Ron.
I'm going.
What? You're not going anywhere.
But her tantrums don't bring Ron to heal. They drive him away permanently.
Trouble with Darcy was just a drip, drip, drip. She lost her husband, she lost her child, and now she's lost her boyfriend.
36-year-old Patricia Tito
George? Hi!
has never been a one-man woman.
You buy me a drink?
Not tonight, Tricia.
Patricia Tito really thought very highly of herself and her sexual power over men.
Fred? Hi!
Hi, baby.
I haven't seen you in so long.
You look beautiful.
You buy me a drink?
Sure, what you want to drink, honey?
Bourbon.
2 bourbons.
Patricia works the rooms of Shreveport, Louisiana, for more than pleasure.
She used her sexuality to get what she wanted.
For her, it's a living.
Say, any chance of a loan?
She seemed to be looking for single older men who were cash lucrative.
Once she figured out she could manipulate and con and charm her way into a man's bed and then get whatever she wanted, she ran with it.
But Patricia's hard-living lifestyle is catching up with her.
Her looks were going. The women that were doing the things she were doing, they were younger, they were prettier.
Tricia, you ain't no customer. Now get back to work.
Patricia is forced to make ends meet the old-fashioned way.
One time she had some sort of job in a restaurant as a waitress.
Hi.
Hi there. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, doing well, thank you. You have some specials that look mighty fine.
The brownie is delicious.
For Patricia, it's just another venue to meet a man of means.
Did you make it?
No, I could have lied. But I did make the...
47-year-old Chris Shufflin ticks all the boxes.
I'll have one of those, please.
Okay,
Thank
I'll
you.
be back.
Thank you.
Chris was self-employed in the oil business. I mean, he could take care of himself.
Patricia no longer has a string of men to pay her way. Christopher looks like her best bet.
He was lucrative, he had plenty of cash. He wasn't hurting for money.
If you want to be with Patricia, the money needs to keep coming.
You know, he would give her checks like between $200 and $1,500, right? To live on.
Chris is an easy mark.
Trish, you're gonna send me to the poorhouse.
But I'm worth it.
Yes, you are.
Chris was passive. He probably would have struggled with telling someone no.
Can I also get $150 for my hair?
Why not? 150.
Thank you.
She had a roof over her head and she had money in her pocket, and it was all from him.
Here you go, honey.
For a year, Patricia is riding high.
I'll see you later.
Until
Chris has a stroke.
Hey, hun.
Hey, how you doing, Tricia?
Good. You're looking good.
Am I? I don't feel so good. It's good to see you.
At first, Patricia's full of sympathy.
Baby, I'm doing it real hard. Can I have some money?
What the hell? Tricia, I can't continue to give you any money.
Until she realizes Chris has lost his income.
I'm not even working now.
Then screw you.
Tricia.
Patricia dumps Chris as quickly as she found him and returns to her former lines of credit.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Patricia.
How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, what do you want?
But her other men have moved on.
Patricia, don't call me again.
You don't have to be like that.
I said, don't call me again.
Fine, I won't.
Her old connections were gone. Some of them deceased. Some of them no longer would have anything to do with her.
Patricia must face reality. Her credit around town is exhausted. Her only chance is to make amends with Chris. But she's too late.
Judy Wynn is this 59-year-old secretary. Everybody loves her.
He moved on with another woman, and another woman that was significantly older than Patricia Tito. And that did not sit well with Patricia Tito.
I'll get you back.
A woman scorned for love? Watch out. A woman scorned for love and money? That could be deadly.
Patricia Tito isn't the only woman being replaced. In Denver, Colorado, 1993,
You know it.
Ron Griffin falls for 24-year-old Andy Hanks.
He found a young, pretty young woman, Andy, that he'd fallen in love with.
A whirlwind romance leads to marriage. But his ex, Darcy Matlock, won't accept she's been dumped for a second time.
This fueled an obsession with Darcy. I mean, she could not stand that she lost Ron.
Harassing the newlyweds isn't enough for Darcy. She wants Ron to suffer permanently.
She started stalking, sneaking around.
She wanted to hurt him deeply.
Darcy plays the victim.
Darcy had been claiming to everybody that Ron was abusing her.
I didn't touch her. She's mad.
That he'd been pushing her around and harming her.
You're sacking me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The truth was, it was the other way around.
But that wasn't enough. She wanted much more.
Run! There's someone outside.
Ron's new marital home is no sanctuary.
She's doing everything she can to hurt him, to get him back for leaving her.
I think you're feeling threatened. You're feeling under the gun. You feel like this person will just not let the relationship end.
Darcy's stalking steps up a notch.
Hello. Enjoy your dinner tonight? What? You know you're living with an out-of-work loser.
Darcy, stop this.
You know you won't.
Darcy was consumed with jealousy.
Desperate to protect themselves, Ron and Andy look for a legal way out.
I'm sorry.
When Ron and Andy took out a restraining order on Darcy, at that point, Darcy was a pest.
Yeah.
Ron, it's me. I don't want to fight anymore. Can we meet?
All right? But this is your last chance.
Well, normally a restraining order for most people will cause them to cease and desist contact.
She wants me to meet her.
Well, if you think that's a good idea.
Won't be long.
I don't think they knew she was dangerous, but she was about to show them that they were wrong.
In Shreveport, Louisiana, Patricia Tito is enraged she's lost her man, or rather, his wallet. And she blames one person, his new girlfriend, Judy Wynn.
Tricia was desperate. She had gotten into a desperate situation.
She vandalizes Judy's car by throwing paint all over it. This is a person who is becoming undone.
On August 31st, 2003, Patricia makes her intentions clear.
You better sleep with one eye open. You hear me?
In those phone calls, there was rage, extreme rage.
Let me tell you something, partner. I get a hold of Judy Wynn. Ain't nobody on God's green earth gonna make her recognizable. Do you hear me, Chris? Huh? Do you hear me?
I listened to all of the voicemails, and I can tell you that they sent chills up my spine. As a long-term career prosecutor, I've really never heard such evil and hatred in someone's voice.
You won't even know what hit you.
You knew somebody was gonna die.
That's it. I'm gonna call the police. It's ridiculous. Yes.
But it's too late. Within hours, Patricia strikes.
There was really no time for the police to act.
Patricia Tito was ice pick crazy. She was just that full of rage and anger.
So Judy's washing dishes, doing her housework, and suddenly she sees somebody outside, and you know what? Guess who it is? It's Patricia.
Probably was a feeling of just straight up shock.
Judy! Stay with me.
Chris comes downstairs
Stay with me.
and finds her in the floor. She's shot in the chest, bleeding badly.
Stay with me, baby. Stay with me.
She says, Tricia shot me. Trish Tito shot me.
Stay with me. Stay with me. Yes, we have an emergency at 14 Kent Street, Shreveport.
Judy dies of a single gunshot to the chest.
Stay with me, baby. Stay with me, all right? Stay with me.
But what happens next isn't the outcome Tricia desires.
Chris isn't gonna come running into her arms after she kills his girlfriend. It's not gonna happen that way, but she believes it will.
Patricia Tito is wanted in relation to...
It's not Chris who comes running, it's the police. With a trail of evidence, a death threat, and the victim's dying testimony, Patricia is the obvious prime suspect.
Here, we don't have a case that Columbo needs to step in and solve, you know? She knew her number was up.
Patricia is cornered and broke with nowhere to hide. All she has now is the mercy of the justice system.
She eventually just walked to the front of the police station and said that she was wanted and she was here to turn herself in.
She ended up pleading guilty to manslaughter, which in Louisiana is a heat of passion killing.
In 2007, Patricia Tito receives 40 years in prison for manslaughter.
She was just that full of rage and anger. She was going to put stuff back the way it was. That's the only motive to kill Judy.
Yeah.
Rejection is never an option for Darcy Matlock.
Can we meet?
On December 6, 1993, she arranges to meet her ex in a local parking lot. But Darcy's a no-show.
Darcy really didn't want to talk to Ron. She wanted Ron to get away from the house.
Darcy is visiting someone else in disguise.
I think the fact that she was wearing a red wig and didn't want to be seen by any witnesses was obvious that she was trying to withhold her identity.
Neighbors reported seeing Darcy pacing back and forth. I think she was working up the courage to do what she wanted to do.
Darcy can't have Ron, so she makes sure no one can.
She made it as far as the front door of her apartment and collapsed. When we got there, that's where I saw her. I was laying on the ground, partially in, partially out of the apartment in the hallway.
Most people would think killing Ron would be her ticket for revenge, but really, killing Ron just kills Ron. To ruin Ron's life would be to kill the one he loves.
Darcy's next move is equally bizarre. She's not calling Ron to gloat.
It's me. I shot Ron's wife.
She's calling her ex-husband.
Will you meet me?
Her ex-husband was smart enough to know not to do that.
Okay, just stay there. I'll come now.
Okay, hurry.
Perhaps he was afraid he might be the next target.
Want to report a shooting.
Darcy's in for a surprise. Captain Joseph Padilla was the arresting officer.
When I pulled up, there were several police officers surrounding a car.
Ma'am, open the door.
She pulled her hands inside. She went for a gun in her lap. But I reached down and ripped it out of her hand and pulled it away.
Get out of the car.
We disarmed her that way.
Two months after Andy's murder, there is another casualty.
Ron loved Andy so much, and Darcy really did ruin his life to such an extent that Ron took his own life 2 months later.
To come home and find that his bride had been murdered by Darcy would certainly have been more than he could tolerate.
In 1994, Darcy Matlock is convicted of homicide and sentenced to life in prison.
Envy can be defined as, I like what you have, I'd like to have it myself. Jealousy is, I like what you have, and I hate you for having it. And that was Darcy Matlock.
Most people can feel a little jealous at times.
stop ignoring me. Who's that?
But it's never an excuse to kill the competition.
I can't believe they're all grown up.
You could say empty nesters Shannon and Roscoe Griffin met on Cloud 9.
Oh, it was a farewell gift.
Their 25-year romance is courtesy of NASA.
She was very, very smart, and she majored in aerospace engineering. She was a trainer for space shuttle crews, but it was a very stress-filled job.
He was in the Air Force, and her work with NASA brought them together.
But the high-stress job takes its toll. A seizure puts Shannon on indefinite sick leave. The couple retire to a quiet life on a farm in Denver, Missouri.
Yes, sir. No, that won't be a problem.
But at 52, Roscoe soon decides he's not ready to quit working.
Who's that?
I got the job in Kansas.
Roscoe found a job teaching in Lyons, Kansas.
It's a real opportunity, Shannon.
I'm not moving to Kansas.
We'll work something out. Shannon, we will. We'll work something out. Shannon!
The once happy couple are now more than 300 miles apart.
And after a while, he was in Kansas almost all the time.
Hey, hon.
Hi. How's it going?
Hey, when you coming up here?
I don't know.
Shannon?
The tyranny of distance strains their relationship. Then Roscoe suffers another blow. A close friend in the service commits suicide, leaving him devastated.
Could you tell he was so depressed?
No, he hit it well.
He confides in Dr. Irina Puskariu.
Irina was a psychiatrist working for the VA hospital in Kansas.
I'm so sorry, but it's time for my next appointment. We can continue this next time.
I don't suppose we could continue this over dinner.
It began as a doctor-patient relationship, and then Irina crossed the ethical boundary.
Yes.
Great.
I'd like that.
Irina is just the medicine Roscoe needs.
They claimed they fell in love, and the relationship became romantic.
The affair remains a secret. Until, on their 20th wedding anniversary, Shannon finds out through social media.
It was devastating to Shannon.
A monogamous relationship has never been Liz Golyer's idea of a good time.
Liz liked men. Oh, did she?
She
She always kind of went into relationships as friends with benefits, and I'm not in it for anything for the long haul.
In 2012, in her hometown of Omaha, Nebraska,
I've been single a while.
Well, I just broke up with my ex, so I'm not looking for anything serious.
My perfect man.
Liz's no strings mantra appeals to her latest hookup, 35-year-old Dave.
They were both okay with, yep, we're having fun. I'm gonna talk to other guys, I'll talk to other girls, or at least appeared that way on the surface at first.
But it's not long before this modern arrangement becomes old school.
I gotta go.
How about we go away for the weekend?
Can't do. I got a date Saturday night.
Serial dater Liz starts wanting more.
You're lost.
Yeah, it changes when she meets Dave. Something about him she really liked, and she wanted them to be in a committed relationship.
Come on, don't be like this. I'll call you.
But Dave doesn't feel the same way.
Carrie.
Dave.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm well. Oh.
He invites 37-year-old Carrie Farver on a date. But they are not alone.
It wasn't long before Liz became obsessed with conquering Dave. And she would stalk any woman he was seeing. His phone starts blowing up. Guess who?
Text message, phone calls, all from Liz. Just answer it. They're not going away.
Liz saw that she was everything Liz wasn't. She was tall, beautiful, had a great job. Lots to be jealous of there.
Hey, I can't talk right now.
Stop ignoring me. I need you to meet me at your place right now.
Can't do.
You have to.
You have to right now.
Okay, 30 minutes. I'm sorry. I have to meet a friend at my place.
Dave manages to calm Liz, at least for the moment. But her distractions don't stop Dave from seeing Carrie.
I have a confession. I've got a man in my life. My son. Carrie was protective of her son. I like you, but I'm not looking for a boyfriend. She just wasn't a commitment type person. I think she just wanted to enjoy life, be a good mom, and work at a good job.
But yet again, a no-strings-attached theory doesn't quite pan out in practice. This time, it's Dave's turn to fall in love.
You know, people may say, I don't want involvement, but it happens. And it seems to have happened with Carrie and Dave because they started spending every evening together.
Although Dave is seeing both women, he clearly has a favorite.
The competition is drastically winning right now.
It was like being slapped in the face. It was as if he said to her, I choose this woman over you.
Liz is the one who usually walks away.
When she was in a relationship with someone, it was fine for her to leave them, but if they did that to her, there was going to be a price.
In Missouri, Shannon Griffin wants her husband back, despite his affair.
Shannon decided to fight for her marriage and try to make it work with Roscoe.
The couple agree to attend a marriage counseling session.
I'm sure he's still seeing her.
Shannon's understanding that that meeting was going to be a type of marital counseling session whereby they could work on their relationship.
But I do want to see Irina. I can't help the way I feel.
I can't help the way I feel? No.
She was furious that he was not willing to leave the other woman totally behind and spend all of his time with her and their relationship. Her dependence on Roscoe made her so vulnerable that she couldn't even consider life without him. Emotionally, financially, he was her anchor.
She gives her husband one last chance to change his mind.
Shannon, where are you?
How could you, Roscoe? How could you let that woman
Ruin our lives.
We're not happy, Shannon. So look, either we go ahead with a divorce, or we'll stay married, and then I'll just see Irina on the weekend.
In Omaha, Nebraska, no strings attached Dave no longer wants to play around. He's hooked on Carrie Farver. November 13th, 2012 is like any other day for the new lovers.
What time will I see you tonight?
Not sure, probably late, so don't worry.
Tuesday morning, Dave leaves for work about 6:20 in the morning. Carrie was up on her laptop. She was doing some work stuff, some emails.
Her work is interrupted when Liz pays her a visit.
The fact that Carrie was in Dave's life was more than Liz could handle. Carrie had to go.
Shut up. Move it. I need your phone. Give me the password. Password 975. Okay.
Carrie was probably terrified and thought, all right, she's crazy. I need to keep her from getting crazier, so I'm going to do what she says.
All right, move it. Move it!
But Liz is on a mission to eliminate her rival.
Liz ultimately was able to get Carrie into her own car in the passenger seat. She stabbed her 3 or 4 times in the stomach and the chest area. Was able to get her to a remote location. She burned her and covered her with a tarp, and then ultimately dismembered her body and put it into trash bags. And then to some trash somewhere.
It will be 4 years before any trace of Carrie is found. But on the day of the murder, Liz has a plan to cover the disappearance of the young mom. She has Carrie's phone and password.
Within a few hours, there was activity that we believe was from Liz accessing Carrie's account.
Online, Liz becomes Carrie, breaking up with the world.
In today's world, you can send a message and say you're quitting your job, breaking up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and it's kind of accepted in a way.
The messages are blunt.
We're done, I'm breaking up with you, I hate you, never talk to me again. It was just like a 180-degree change, like just a different person.
Liz directs the terror campaign on herself to avoid suspicion.
I'm terrified. She's been stalking me, and now this.
Carrie was out there causing all kinds of trouble.
Liz, are you okay?
Oh, thank you.
Liz and Dave were both victims of Carrie harassing or damaging their property or stalking them. It brought them together.
Sir, do you know this Carrie woman?
I was seeing her. She's been harassing me.
It's a puzzle for the police.
No one could ever actually find Carrie and then complete an interview or talk to her about it because she just never resurfaced.
Thank you. Can you believe this?
I gotta go.
Why?
That's my ex. One of the kids is sick. I'm sorry.
Despite the threats, Dave isn't running back into Liz's arms. She ups the ante.
Liz was obsessed with making herself look like a valuable person to Dave and a victim of the evil Carrie.
If you're willing to shoot yourself in the leg and just miss your femoral artery for something, you're very dedicated.
Did you see the shooter?
But her self-inflicted wound will be her downfall.
I'm not sure. I think it was a woman.
The police can't find any sign of the shooter. They start investigating the victim.
We had a GPS tracker on our car for about 3 months. We requested consent to download her phone.
Amongst her communications is a trail of threatening correspondence.
Claiming to be responsible for the shooting and pretending to be Carrie. And like, don't make me do what I did to Carrie to you.
Records prove Liz has been impersonating Carrie for 4 years.
Well, what do you know?
Spinning a web of lies to get Dave back.
So Liz is having these email exchanges, and really what she's doing is confessing to what she did to Carrie.
Carrie's body is never found. But the police recovered damning photos from Liz's camera.
Gotcha.
The deleted ones that had a picture of it looked like a post-mortem foot with a Chinese tattoo. It meant mother. And then we had a pathologist and another expert testify that it was Carrie's tattoo.
Liz was proud of killing Carrie.
In 2017, Liz Gollier is found guilty of first-degree murder and second-degree arson. She receives life for the murder and an additional 18 to 20 years for arson.
Jealousy is a normal emotion in pretty much all animals. In Liz's case, it was breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Jealousy also consumes Shannon Griffin. On January 13th, 2012, the day her husband tells her he won't give up his lover, Shannon drives 250 miles to reach Gladstone, Missouri, the home of Dr. Irina Puskariu.
Irina answered the door. Shannon walked into the house and Irina backed into the house. And shot Irina 3 times. And Irina fell to the floor. And Shannon walked over to her and pointed the gun at her face and shot a 4th time.
When someone intentionally shoots in the face, it is a desire to erase that human being, to destroy their identity.
There were pieces of bone and teeth scattered across the floor.
This tragedy is made worse. There is an eyewitness.
Her mother was there, and her mother saw every single minute of one shot after another as her daughter drops to the ground, blood spraying everywhere. It was a brutal, brutal scene to view.
After Shannon had shot Irina, she got in her car and she made a series of phone calls.
It's me.
One of the phone calls she made was to Roscoe,
She's dead.
and she confessed
I killed her.
and said she had done the killing for him
This isn't the first time she's hurt someone, but it'll be the last.
to protect him from, in Shannon's words, that evil woman. Roscoe then called 911.
Hello? Yeah.
The police track her down within hours.
Step out of the car, please, ma'am.
Satisfied her job is done, Shannon cooperates.
Shannon ended up pleading guilty to second-degree murder. And she never went to trial.
In 2015, Shannon Griffin is sentenced to 20 years for second-degree murder and 20 years for armed criminal action.
Shannon didn't have a criminal history at all. She didn't even have speeding tickets. According to Roscoe, she was the type of person that would make him stop on the side of the highway to help an injured animal. She had not exhibited any kind of violent behavior prior to the shooting.
Shannon, a brilliant scientist who understands the laws of physics, can't deal with more earthly forces. Matters of the heart are her undoing.
Shannon felt she was on a mission, a lot like a space mission. And that's how she treated this act of murder. Once she finished it, she was proud of her accomplishment.